Hi, everybody. Can y'all hear me okay? Kedra, I sure will. I'm in the mood today. Let's see. Oh shit. I actually have a video that I found on TikTok that I wanted to share with you guys. And I wanted to know, I'm gonna wait till a few more people come in, but I wanted to know how many black women can relate to this video. Because when I heard it, I was like, I mean, I watched it and I was like, oh my God, I gotta share this. It's so good. I think I want to say it was like 12 points or something, and I felt like I related to every point that she made in some way or another. So I was like, I wonder how many of my subscribers or supporters feel the same way as far as religion goes. Like this, trying to deconstruct from religion. Hi, everybody. Can you guys like the live as you come in, please? Thank you. Thank you so much. This damn microphone gonna piss me off. Can y'all hear me okay? Everybody can hear me? Um, let's see. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, thank you guys for liking the live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this. I hope I don't get a copyright strike. I don't think I'm going to, but I'm not sure. Because I'm always sharing videos from TikTok on my page. Most of us do in this space. So, okay, thank y'all. Y'all can hear me. Thank you. And I'm also learning how to share stuff to StreamYard. So bear with me. Okay, there's enough people in here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. And I want to know what you guys think about this. It's only a couple minutes long. Video file. Oh no. Hang on. Okay, hang on, because it's in the wrong spot. Damn it. Did I lose it? Okay.
This year marks 10 years since I left Christianity, and I would like to share 10 things that I've learned since leaving. Number one, I was never under the attack of the devil. That was my intuition fighting to wake me up. My doubts were justified. Number two, I clung very strongly to my religious beliefs and became super active in church.
Can y'all hear this okay? Okay. Y'all can hear it? Okay. Is it clear and everything? Okay, let me start it over. We're only 20 seconds in. Okay, let me start over. Okay.
This year marks 10 years since I left Christianity, and I would like to share 10 things that I've learned since leaving. Number one, I was never under the attack of the devil. That was my intuition fighting to wake me up. My doubts were justified. Number two, I clung very strongly to my religious beliefs and became super active in church, mostly out of fear. I feared losing my community if I was not active and if I didn't cling to those beliefs. I feared the admonishment of religious leaders. I feared also what would happen to my soul. if I did not work as hard as I did in the vineyard. Number 3, the time and money that I invested in church limited my professional mobility. I was professionally stuck for a very long time, and it delayed my opportunity to advance professionally and educationally. So I'm about 10 years behind where I should be, but I'm getting there. Number 4, the good old purity indoctrination that I clung to so fiercely ruined my dating life and made it so that I didn't understand myself or how to date other people. Therefore, I didn't learn the ropes of how to date until I was in my mid-30s. Number 5, being a good, meek, agreeable, humble woman has been mostly to my detriment. It's not going to earn me a star in my crown or a seat next to the Father in heaven. It's mostly earned me mistreatment, abuse, and opportunities to be scammed. Number 6, most of my mental health struggles were caused by my religious beliefs. I didn't start healing until I left. Number 7, I didn't realize until I left Christianity that I did not understand evolution as well as I thought I did. Number 8, my former church, while run by Black people, perpetuated anti-Black ideologies. Very anti-Black ideologies, such as no natural hair, no African garb. Are we not African descendants? Are we not Black? What are you talking about? Number 9, I learned that I could navigate tragedy and grief without a God and be healthy. I didn't need to pray more. I didn't need to speak in tongues. I didn't need to shout more. I didn't need to come boldly to the throne of grace and lay prostrate. No, I needed to find real solutions to help me navigate difficulties in my life.
Yes.
And I did find those real solutions, and they have worked and are continuing to work for me. And finally, the 10th thing that I've learned since walking away from Christianity 10 years ago is that I was in a cult. There was behavior control, information control, thought control, and emotional control, all components of a cult. It took me a very long time to not only realize that, but accept it. So those are the 10 things that I've learned since leaving Christianity. What's something that you've learned since leaving your religion?
Okay. So, am I real loud? Let me turn my gain down a little bit. Yeah. So when I came across that the other day, I was like, "Oh my god, I am so sharing this. I'm so sharing this with y'all." Um, so I personally believe that Christianity in particular, of course, you have Black women that are Muslims, but we're going to pick on Christianity because most of us, probably, should I say, most of us grew up in a Christian household, Christian family, Christian values. And so that is what I know the most of as far as religions go. I did dabble into other religions when I was starting to deconstruct, which was probably when I was about 15 or so. I started to like really that's what I would say that's when my deconstruction started, when I was about 15, 16 years old. I never fully, so for those of you who are going to be offended, you might want to click out of here. For those of you who did not know that I am an agnostic atheist, now you know. And when people ask me how long I've been an atheist, the true answer is probably all my life. Even though I grew up in the church, I never fully believed anything. I never fully believed in God, never fully believed in the devil, never believed in Jesus Christ, never believed that a baby could come from a rib of a man. I just knew all of that was bullshit. I don't know how I knew. It was the exact same way I knew Santa Claus didn't exist. And I always like to compare Jesus and God to Santa Claus because if you actually think about it, it's the same concept. all of these theories about who this person was and what they did for a living and what they did to people or for people. No one has ever seen it. No one has ever, you know what I mean? Same exact. God and Jesus and Santa Claus are the same to me personally. Sorry. If you offend easily, this will not be the live for you. Also, I just want to say up front, I'm not going to be on here very long, but we can and will revisit this topic as long as I have a YouTube channel. So this will come up at least a couple times a month over here, just so you guys know. So let me go read some of these comments. I want to know how many of y'all relate to what the woman was saying. And I forgot what her name was. That's my bad. Let me see something. On TikTok, her name is what? Nikesha? Okay, let me put it in the chat because in case y'all want to go follow her on TikTok, because every time I come across Black women atheists, click immediate follow because I want to know. First of all, I want to support them usually, and I also want to know, you know, how their atheist journey started, or hold on one second. AESHA. Okay. That's her TikTok handle in case anybody's interested in following her. That's how she spelled it. So, but let me go back and I'm gonna leave it up for a few more seconds. But I feel like as Black women, that's the number one thing that holds us back. That and Black male worship. Now, I did not coin the term Black male worship. I don't know if Sin G did, but she's the first person that I ever heard say it. So I always give credit to her. Because that's literally what it is. Y'all worship Black men so much, even though Black men have been the most treasonous towards Black women, more so than white people. If you ask me, who's worse towards Black women, Black men or white people in general, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna have to say Black men. The level of hatred that a lot of them have for Black women is just diabolical. I mean, they have done everything you can possibly do to show you hate somebody. Like, if you name it, they've done it. And it's not to say every single Black man is out here unaliving Black women and all of them are rapists and all of them are pedophiles. I'm not saying that. There's plenty of them that are not. The problem is it's too many of them that are, to where that's what one of the major reasons why the Black community is as trash as it is. And I'm sorry to say that, but let's be real. If they were the natural born leaders and they were good fathers and great husbands and they were loyal and they worked hard, the Black community would be doing better than every other community out there. We would not be cast to the bottom if they were all that they lied and said that they were. So all you got to do is just look around. And if you are someone that's going to say, well, my Black dad is wonderful and all of my brothers and all the Black men that are around me are wonderful, I don't know what you're talking about. Just know 9 times out of 10, I probably don't believe you anyway. But even if you are telling the truth, you fall in the like 3% of your situation is the exception. It is not the rule. It never has been the rule and it never will be. So I never understand why y'all even bother saying it, because it's like, okay, and that does nothing for the Black community at all. But I just wanted to put that out there. Why would Black people still believe in God when it was forced on them? Don't people realize it? Yeah, I have that same question. Like I said before, you could be strung up from a tree if you were caught reading books or caught educating yourself in any way. So they forbid you from reading and educating yourself, and anything that would free you or anything that would make you better, they forbid it. But they gave you a Bible to read, and that don't make you think something is up with that. Like, you didn't take the time to think of why they would do that. To me, this whole thing is just common sense. I stay whatever says don't put this on religion. I'm absolutely putting it on religion. Absolutely. Because it's religion that's being sold, that's being peddled, churches being built on every corner in the Black community and other communities. It's religion that is being peddled. So anytime we talk about God, God falls under religion. Jesus falls under religion. What do you call the worship of anything? A religion. So that's why it's going to be put on religion, at least on my channel. I mean, I don't know what to tell you if you want to go somewhere else where they don't do that, but I'm going to do that over here, just so you know. I try waking up, or I try waking women up every day. But this stuff here is something hard to break away from. It's something, Kedra, if I'm saying your name wrong, I'm sorry. It's something that a lot of people are going to have to come to on their own terms. It's just like the Halle Bailey situation. And we're just going to bring up Halle Bailey, or, you know, I'm just using her as an example. No matter how much we tried, and I'm saying we as the people on social media, complete strangers, but we still tried to tell her that she was about to ruin her life, essentially dealing with DVD. She didn't listen. And it was a situation where she was going to have to learn the hard way. This is also true for all Black women who worship Black men, who are still dying for Black male approval and validation. They're all going to find out the hard way as well. It's the exact same thing with religion. Keep in mind that probably most Black women are going to go to their graves still worshiping something that, in my opinion, doesn't even exist. So you really can't waste your time. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really like having this conversation with most people because it's like talking to a brick wall a lot of the times. I only like having this conversation with other people so that we can compare notes and we can build a community so that you know you're not alone out here. Because as long as I know that I've been an atheist, I didn't always tell people that. I didn't get comfortable with telling people I was an atheist until I was in my 30s. I was like late 20s, early 30s when I started to get comfortable telling people, but I just kept it in. People would say, "Oh, I'm going to pray for you." And I'd be like, "Oh, thank you." Or people would invite me to church and I would never go. I stopped going to church when I was 20. So I've literally been out of church for 20 years, 21 years, coming up on 21 years now. I don't go to church. The only time you're going to catch me in a church is if I'm going to a wedding or a funeral. That's it. There is no other reason for me to go. I'm not getting pimped out of my rent money or my car note money or my bill money. I always knew that was a scam, even as a child. I used to be in church and the pastor used to be like, "Oh, it doesn't matter that you're about to be evicted. Give grace to God. Make sure you have faith in God, and you only need the faith the size of a mustard seed." And I'm just sitting there like, you mean to tell me if I'm going to get evicted, I need to give the church my money? And then once I get those eviction papers, and I'm getting put out on the street, the church is not going to help me. They're going to say, pray to God and have faith in God. I recognized this when I was like 10 years old. I'm sitting there like, I would never do such a dumb thing ever. I would never. That is so dumb. I don't think you get any dumber than that. But I'm sorry to say that, but it's like, they prey on your weakness, they prey on your low self-esteem, and they prey on your desperation, these pastors. And I can assure you, and I'm just going to say this from my own personal opinion, about 95% of all pastors of all races and backgrounds are crooked as fuck. And the vast majority of them themselves don't even believe in God. Did y'all know that? They use God to manipulate the fuck out of y'all, particularly women. And that's any religion, in any culture. They use the free labor of women in the churches. They will have you be the mother of the church or be a Sunday school teacher. Typically, you're not going to get paid for it. You're supposed to be doing it because God ordained you to or God called you to do it. They get in y'all's heads and make you think you're doing something for God. Meanwhile, to an atheist, God doesn't even exist. And people have argued with me about this, and they're like, how can you look around and see the babies and see the trees and the flowers and the earth and the moon and the stars and whatever else and think that there is no God? And I'm like, how can you look at the state of the world and think that there is one? That's always my comeback question. That's the part I don't get. And if there is a God, that's fine, but it's not one I would worship. I would never want to worship a God who would sit by and let children get molested and killed. Why would I do that? That God wouldn't be worth worshiping as far as I'm concerned. I'd rather go to hell and burn. At least I know just about everybody that I've ever known and would have fun with on the earth. At least I know we'll all be burning in hell together. That sounds like a party to me. But also, I don't believe in hell either. But hell is a made up concept. I don't even understand how people can believe in something when you don't have any proof for it, which is the very definition of faith, right? Faith is the belief in something where you have no evidence. That's literally the definition. And so because of that, you can take any position on faith. You can say anything and say, I got faith in it. And it means absolutely nothing. Wait. I think when the oppressors graped, whipped, and hung us. Wait. Sometimes it's hard to look at someone you love get violated and you're powerless. It causes a divide and breeds contempt. Now we are here. Yeah, I agree with that, but like, to me, that's why I know a lot of males in particular are just really screwed up, probably on a DNA level. Some wiring is wrong, because even though women were being hung and beaten and raped and all that, just like a lot of the Black men were, we still, and I'm saying we loosely, and I'm saying we as a group, not every single Black woman, but us as a group, we still had the desire to love Black men and hold them down and support them and have their back at no matter what, through the good and the bad. But there was so much contempt on their end. And it's like, there's no comparison. So it's like we were all in the same boat. Why is it that we still had love for y'all, but y'all didn't have any love for us? Like, y'all were able to be hung and beaten out of loving Black women, and Black women were hung and beaten but still loved you. So to me, that's not really an excuse for Black men. I'm sorry, but I just don't. No. Absolutely not. And here's the thing, and this is not to make any excuse for them, because I am absolutely not doing that. But I honestly think that they were already at a DNA-ish deficit, just being male, because males are a mutation of female, in case some of y'all didn't know that. They're just a mutation. So they were already disadvantaged. And then you couple that with conquering them physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. What do you think you're going to get out of that? Someone that's been conquered in every way possible, on top of the fact that they were already, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I am not a scientist, even though I did really well in science classes, but I am not a scientist, right? On top of the fact that you are already defective DNA wise. So I don't think, in other words, what I'm saying is, I don't think most Black men ever had a chance. Like, there was never any chance. And if there were, it was long gone, way before. Like, the very fact that, and people got mad at me because I said this a little while ago. When I said I agreed with Kanye West, when Kanye West said that slavery was a choice, people got mad because I was the only, I'm looking around like, does no one else think that people chose either to allow themselves to be enslaved And they were so afraid of death, they thought death was worse than slavery. I personally think slavery is worse than death. And there was a lot of black women that was like, yes, girl, I know exactly what you're talking about. I agree. I would rather be dead than to be a slave. I would rather be dead than to be forced to have kids and all of that. Like if you came to me right now at the age of 41 and said your life ends today unless you get pregnant and have a baby, my life would end today. Or you got to be a slave to white people again, or to whoever, or to black men, or whatever, my life would end today. That will be the end of it. I'll be like, well, it was a good 41 years. It was a good run. Absolutely. No, death is way better than slavery, but that's just my own personal opinion. I agreed 2 people were mad when I said it, so I stopped. It's like they didn't have a choice. Of course they did. Either be a slave or die trying to get out of it. When 50 Cent said get rich or die trying, be free or die trying. Same concept. It's the exact same thing to me. Like I would literally rather die. And some other people got mad at me telling me, you have no idea what you would have done back then. I believe I would have did exactly what a lot of the rebellious slaves did back then. What makes you think I wouldn't have been one of the rebellious ones? If I still had the same mindset now as just being a natural rebellious bitch, if I have the same brain back then as I do now, I absolutely would have bucked against them. Even if I knew it would have ended in my death, I would have rather been dead anyway. Like what? Like so now you're talking about no, it's not now, Neva. I've been talking about black men being defective for over 20 years, but just not on social media because I've only been on social media for a couple years. Yeah, I don't care about eugenics. I actually believe in, are you having a girl or an abortion? That was actually going to be my topic earlier today, but I changed it. So if you think I care about eugenics or white supremacy rhetoric, I absolutely do not. The black community is too far gone, in my opinion. I am only interested in making community with woke black women, not asleep black women, not pick-me-ass black women, not black women that keep repeating the same bullshit over and over and over, expecting a different result. No, not interested. I'm not interested in hoping that black men change and be better. I think it's done. I think they're done. I think it's a wrap. That's just my own personal opinion. And I'm sorry. I got nephews who I hope to goodness turn out to be decent. Right now, they are wonderful children. But a lot of little boys start out wonderful. And then they turn up to be serial killers, rapists, pedophiles. I mean, you just don't know. You never know. When you have kids, it's a crapshoot. You are playing a game of roulette. You don't know how they're going to turn out. And that's the number one reason why I'm child free. And that's the number one reason why, to me, it was never worth the risk. Just my own personal thing. So I don't give 2 shits about, oh, that's eugenics. That's white supremacy rhetoric. I don't give a damn. Call it whatever you want. And I'm not even trying to be mean either when I say I really don't care. Like at this point, giving birth to male sons is child abuse. And you may very well be giving birth to your future unaliver on top of that. Y'all see how many black men been out here putting bullets in they own mama's heads lately? Y'all think this is a game? Not my son. Y'all be out here, not my son, and like never before. You have no idea what your son is going to turn into. I know y'all remember that one black lady a couple years back whose son raped her after he got out of prison. And she was one of them mammy pick-me-ass women too. She was like, some girl had got raped by her own son, and she was like, oh, he didn't do that, and blah, 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 just taking up for him. The same way Diddy mama taking up for him. I can't stand women like that. But those women, those mammy, my son can do no wrong type women, they create pedophiles, serial killers, rapists. They create that. You help facilitate it by letting them get away with everything. And then you look around and you're like, no, my son. Yes, your son. P. Diddy's mom was like, he's not a monster. He's a good boy. I'm like, now I know you're just as evil as he is, if not worse. And look at what you created. Oh, wait, who is that? Oh, okay. Good to see you. You are so welcome. I put your name in the link. Is that still your name on TikTok? Because it's different from this one. I put it in the link so people can follow you. Thank you for the super chat and thank you for coming through. Wow, that's so interesting. How because I actually downloaded and saved that video like maybe 2 days ago. And that's so interesting that you're here. I love that so much. Thank you for being here. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Oh, wow. What a coincidence. I love that. Oh God, what this say? Religion has made some of the most fat, bitter, vindictive. Sorry. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. Religion has made some of the most fat, bitter, vindictive, holier than thou, yet evil and colors black women than any other religion. I said what I said. Listen, I have to agree with you. I'm sorry to laugh. Oh, wait. Oh my God. I so agree. I agree. And that's so unfortunate, ain't it? Man. CJD said, not fat, Lord. Oh my God, that's so funny. I had to cut off my best friend because she was a mental health mess, but refused to get help outside of pressing in to her religion. Her male worship ran so deep too, told me I needed humility. Yeah, I got rid of women friends like that too in the past. Not too long ago, actually. Yeah, you just gotta get away from them because they will just bring you down. Let them be asleep in their own life. You do not want to spend time with male-centered women, women who bounce back and forth between religion and God and worldly things. I had a friend like that. And overall, they just be a hot mess. Ugh. Oh my God, don't remind me. White people were literally lynching black people 70 years ago. This point of view is horrible. That's too bad, Neva. You're free to go elsewhere. And nowhere in here really did I even mention white people outside of the fact that they are the one who gave y'all this ridiculous ass religion. So here's the thing. This is why I say so many black people are mentally fucked up. Y'all hate white women and white people and everything that they've done and the white lynching and Willie Lynch letters and white supremacy and blah, blah, blah. But we're going to still keep that white ass Bible though. And we're going to beat people over the head with that white ass Bible though. Make it make sense. If you're going to hate them for one thing, you might as well hate them I'm not saying hate them either. I'm just saying you might as well go all the way. Y'all clinging on for dear life when it comes to that damn white ass Bible and that white Jesus though. And for those of you who are going to get in here and say Jesus was a Hebrew Israelite or y'all are Hebrew Israelites because they had hair of wool or whatever, that's just like arguing about what color Santa Claus was. Santa Claus was black. No, Santa Claus was white. Santa Claus was fat. No, actually he was skinny. It doesn't matter if Santa Claus doesn't even fucking exist. What are we doing? Why are we having this conversation? What's the point? Oh my God. Girl, do you not realize that I don't believe anything in the Bible? The moment the Bible said a virgin woman gave birth. No, sorry. Let me take it back to Genesis account. The moment a woman came from a man's rib, I was out. Done. I was out. I was like, nope, I don't believe this. This is a book of fables and fairy tales. And guess how old I was when like 7 or 8? I was like, babies don't come from out of there. Babies come from women from down here. I was a child and I knew that. And here y'all are grown as fuck, still thinking that babies come from ribs. Look, I can't with y'all. I can't. Our religion, I mean, I'm sorry, our community reality is the result of oppression cycles. It will soon break, but religion is the division. Religion has divided humanity more than anything on the planet. Even more so than racism, in my opinion. Religion. People have hatred and judgments towards each other because of religion. Everything that people so-called stand for and they shun other people for has religious undertones or overtones. 100%. That's divided us more than anything. My opinion, Christianity equals slavery, point blank. Absolutely. That's exactly it. It absolutely does. Every religion that I've read into are anti-woman as fuck. I would never worship something that says I'm beneath something when I'm the one who give that something birth. Like I give them life as a woman, as a female, right? And you're going to say that thing that wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for them passing through our vaginas is over me? Count me out. I'm not that slow. Christian women have the hardest faces. Is this supposed to reflect heaven? Yeah, apparently it is. And you ever notice that people, and listen, if you are a Christian in this chat, I'm not trying to attack you personally. I'm just going to point out a truth. I am not here to try to offend you. But if you probably will get offended in the process. I'm sorry. That's not my goal. I don't wake up every day and be like, who can I offend today? If I ever do that, it's probably going to be black men. If I ever do that, which I don't, by the way. Every now and then I be in my petty mood and I feel like being petty, but usually that comes from them fucking with me first. I'm just saying. My goal is not to get up here or get anywhere and purposely offend people. It just so happens that my opinion and my thoughts just happen to offend people. And it just is what it is. Okay. At the end of the day, I notice things about Christian women in particular. They are always sick, always broke, always tired, always battling some kind of illness, always going through some what they call in church trials and tribulations all the time, always waiting on God to come get you out of a situation that you most likely put yourself in 9 times out of 10. I'm not saying everything that black women have gone through, you did it to yourself. No. A lot of black women have been molested, raped, beaten, and all that stuff. You didn't bring that on yourself. Okay. So I'm not blaming you for that. But a lot of the decisions y'all make with men and y'all keep popping out babies, even though you can't afford the ones you already got. A lot of this stuff be self-inflicted. And y'all are always sick and going through something. And to me, that proves that you're not, as my ex-friend used to say, covered by the blood of Jesus. You're clearly not. And if that's what covered by the blood of Jesus looks like, keep the blood of Jesus far the fuck away from me. May that love and blood covering never find me, because oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Listen. I agree. They didn't want you to read, so you couldn't critically think for yourself. Just listen to what we say. Well, yeah, you got that right. You got that one. You got that one right. Ask a question in Bible study and watch yourself get blackballed. That happened to me ever since I was a child, all the way up until my mid-teens. And then eventually I just stopped asking questions. When I started asking questions as a late teen, I was doing so to be petty and to be condescending. Because at that point, I had already been shunned and blackballed so much in Sunday school, choir rehearsal, because they would always make a sermon out of choir rehearsal and come up with an offering plate during choir rehearsal, Bible study, the after service programs, like I will be like, if you get chewed up by a whale, like you're literally gonna get chewed up. That digestion process actually starts in the mouth with your saliva. So you are literally mangled by the time you hit the stomach of any crocodile, a bear, or whatever. So how can somebody live in the belly of a whale for 3 days? Like, how is that possible? Those were the types of questions I was asking. And after a while, they started realizing I was being a smartass because I was. I'm petty. You know what I'm saying? I'm an agnostic atheist. I'm so here for this. Oh, yeah. Welcome, welcome. So bashing black men, helping the black community. I'm not trying to help the black community. So let's make that very clear. That's not my goal. In my opinion, that goal is fruitless and it's a waste of time. I don't have enough hours in the day or enough years left of my life to try to save the black community. I'm only interested in finding other like-minded black women. That's it. I don't care about nobody else. I don't care about other black women who keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and then swear up and down they're going to get a different result. Pick me's, or as Shira 7 calls them, pick meshas and whatever. I'm not interested in any of that. I'm not interested in black men outside of the sprinkling of black men in my life that I care about. I don't give a damn. Trying to help the black community, in my opinion, is a fool's errand. It is a suicide mission at this point. It's done. And back in the day, everybody who really tried their best to help the black community, guess what happened to them? They ended up getting murdered. I'm not interested in helping the black community. There, I said it. That's not my, sorry. You believe white people are objectively better? No, the fuck I don't. They are some of the most evil. They're probably the most evil, vile people on the planet. What the fuck are you talking about? And I'm saying as a group. That's not me saying all white people are. Just like all black people are not ignorant and uneducated and smell like onions, which is what a lot of people say. No different than that. All white people are not evil. But as a whole, there is no other people more evil than white people. So no, the fuck I don't think they're objectively better. I have no idea where you're getting that from. I never said anything like that. I always say evil always wins. I was talking about this not too long ago. Evil wins always. Why? Because evil people are willing to do the most diabolical stuff in order to get what they want. And good people are not willing to be evil to get those things. So evil wins. It always will. White people can have this shit. I bet you I won't procreate and bring no innocent kids here to suffer under their hand. I bet you I won't. Black men, yeah, wait, what? Then black men, yet black people's lives have been horrible the moment they come into contact with white people. Look, I don't got nothing to do with that. And believe it or not, a lot of black men were trash before they were captured into captivity and slavery. They actually started selling black women and kids during slavery. Before slavery, they started it out. In case y'all didn't know that, they were helping to sell their own women and children. So they were diabolical before this. And if I asked you, Neva, would you rather be under the thumb of black men in power or white men in power? I'm curious to know what your answer is, because that's going to tell me everything I need to know about you. One way or the other, no matter what answer you give, it's going to tell me everything I know about you. So would you rather stay under a system of white supremacy, or would you want to be under the system of black male? Because Cynthia G asked this question a couple years back on her channel. She did like a poll, and I was shocked, but also not shocked at the results. So let me ask everybody in the chat. Oh wait, I missed some stuff. If you would you choose to be under the system, a power system of black men or white men? I'm curious. I definitely want Niva or Neva to answer that question if you're still in here. I agree, yours truly. But I'm saying if you had to pick, you got to pick one. Nina, I totally agree. I agree with you, Unique, but my question was specific. I didn't bring black women into it. I didn't bring white women into it. I didn't bring Asian women into it. White men or black men? The ways in which black men treat black women now, do you really think that they would not dog you out and kill you every chance they got if they were in power over you? Remember that post that I made a couple weeks back? And I said that black men were completely okay with would have been completely okay with slavery if it had only happened to black women and not them. They would have been perfectly fine with that. That tells you everything you need to know. And we know this because black men are always talking about submission. That's all they care about. Getting sex and getting submission. That's it. They need something to submit to them. So if you think that they would not want to subjugate you if they had the power to do so, if you really think they wouldn't, they will be raping you all day. If you didn't submit, they would probably just put a bullet in your head. They would torture you. Let's be real. And they're telling us every day on social media, in real life, how, and I'm just putting it out there. I'm not making fun of anybody. How a lot of black men be whooping y'all's asses. They show you that they hate you because they put their hands on you. When they cheat on you, and don't use protection, they're saying, I don't care about my own health because I ain't been to the doctor in 20 years. So bitch, I damn sure don't care about yours, ho. That's literally what they're saying when they cheat on you, and when they cheat on you and don't use protection. They're showing you by walking out on you and your kids, leaving you to be a single mother. They're showing you with, going to get them a fat Becky and then comparing you to Becky. They show y'all every day. Every day. The femicide rate when y'all are pregnant, they show y'all every day. And you really think that they would actually look out for you if they had the power to be over you? Look at how happy a lot of them have been getting with the Section 8 stuff and them saying they taking away food stamps. They were elated. They're like, yeah, bitches. What y'all gonna do now, ho? They were literally like reveling in seeing women lose their housing and all of that. When I say black men as a whole fucking hate you as a black woman, we know it's not all black men. We know. But it's so many of them that it might as well be all. It's so many of them. It's so many that it's basically almost all of them, though. That's the problem. my brother. Wait, my brother has a fat Becky. He's a loser. Typically, that's what they're gonna get. The only way you're gonna get a really pretty, in shape, cream of the crop, if you want to call it that, white woman, is if you're an athlete or a producer or a rapper or something. You have to have money because that's the only reason why they get with you. And also, too, because a lot of times, even though those women are beautiful, the men in their communities, white men, don't actually want them. You got to think about it. if in society you're considered to be the bottom of the totem pole and some woman is at the so-called hierarchy, at the top of the hierarchy, and she would go and date something that's considered the lowest of the totem pole, it's only for one or two reasons. Low self-esteem because the men in her community don't want her, or she sees you as an easy come up. Like you got money and she want it. That's it. Those are only two reasons. And sometimes it could be both. My brother has a fat white Jessica. He's broke, dusty food. So they. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but never mind. I'm not gonna do that. When I see. I just let me let me shut up. Oh my God. I just wonder what the room smells like. You know what I'm saying? I just wonder. Anyways, neither, but we seem to fare better and safer under white men. I agree. I wouldn't want to be up under no man. But if I had to pick, if you put a pew pew to my head and said, pick now, I ain't gonna think twice about it. I'm very swiftly. My answer is gonna be give me the white dude. And also I have a white boyfriend. So there's that. I've hopped back over the fence and I'm not going back, y'all. I'm not. I was actually just watching a video early this morning when I was getting ready. And I want to say, God, I can't think of her name right now. Leandra. I don't think it's Leandra. It starts with an L, I think. And she had a video and it was about the differences between a black woman dating white men and black men. And I mean, it was just a bunch of black women who date white men, and they were like, I'll never not date a white man. And they were just giving their reasons. And I was just sitting there like doing my makeup, like, yep. The whole video, I'm like, it's true. Like, and it's not to say that they're better than black men. I think most men are trash in general, whether you're black, white, Asian, whatever. But there are just differences with the way that they come up in society or the way that they're raised or whatever it is, what they're taught to value or not value is just different. And it shows up differently in the dating experience. It's not to say that all white men are going to treat you. I work with so many garbage ass white men, like so many of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's not to say that they're all just going to treat you like queens and goddesses. But the experience in dating them and black men is just different. The stuff that like you would have to normally worry about dating a black man on a daily basis, you just wouldn't have to, they ain't finna be talking about going 50-50. They're not gonna, they take you out on a date and they will, and I'm saying in general, they will be offended that you want to pay for the date. And I'm not saying all of them. That's offensive to them. They're like, what? I asked you out. What are you doing? I'm just using it as an example. But I am sure there was this one black lady who was so fucking desperate to me. Winnie something. Like, that's not her name. Sorry. I'm thinking about the model Winnie Harlow. I think her name is Winnie. It's something. I don't remember the girl name, but she's on TikTok and she's always talking about dating. And I don't know if y'all remember, I think last year she was asking people to send her money so that she could pay a matchmaker. Do y'all remember her name? Oh my God. She went on a date with a dusty white dude. And, that's proof. Winnie Parker, that's her name. I was going to say Winnie Harlow. I really tried to support her, y'all, but I just couldn't. I tried. For the record, if you're a black woman and you're a content creator and you are a fashionista girly, or you are a makeup guru, or you're a natural hair girly, or you're in the black women's empowerment space, I'm probably going to support you. I'm probably going to subscribe to your channel, like for the algorithm and all that, just by default. But there's a few people that I'm just like, I just can't do it. And she was one of them. Her and Six the Goddess, because I used to follow Six the Goddess. Like Six the Goddess is like she if you when you look at her, she's a literal goddess. Like the name is fitting. But after a while, and she's funny, she had me cracking up. She's very smart, all of that. There's so many things I like about her. But after a while, I was just like the fat shaming and all of that. I was just like, I understand where she's coming from, but it just got to be too much for me. And I was just like, nah. That's the only person I can think of that I've unsubscribed from on TikTok. I mean on YouTube. I was like, I can't. Cause it was like at some point in time, it's like, okay, we get it. We understand Black women are fat and Black women need to lose weight. And, I get it. But it just didn't feel right after a while. You know what I'm saying? Um, and here's the thing. I believe based on how she looks, based on her body, based on how pretty, because she's very, very, very pretty to me. Based on all of that, I know for a fact that the women who gave her a hard time her whole life were fat women, fat Black women. I don't even know her, and I can assure you that that's her story because that was my story. So I understand where she's coming from to some degree. I don't know if she's ever said that or not, but I could just tell. Like when you know how you can just pick up on certain stuff with certain people. I could just tell that she's, and I think that's where a lot of that comes from. And I think that she probably feels, maybe, I don't know, that she's better than women who are fat. I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think anybody's better than anybody. We're all gonna die. So you have a troll in here. I always have a troll. I don't even know who you talk about, but there's always a troll. There's always many trolls. I don't pay these women no attention. They are a lost cause, in my opinion. And if somebody like me who really genuinely wants to support everybody just by default, because that's naturally who I am, if somebody like me deems you to be a lost cause, you probably are a lost cause. Because I try to support everybody. Do you understand? I remember I was in a club one time when I was like 27, and I was with my then fiance. And this one, I got a scorpion tattoo on my right back shoulder or whatever. And I had just moved back to my hometown and all of that. I got the tattoo when I was living in California. And I came back and I saw another tall, slender, really pretty Black woman that had the exact same tattoo. And she was standing at the bar. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'd never seen any Black woman with this same scorpion tattoo. I was just like, oh my God, that's so cool. So I wanted to go to her and say, I love the tattoo. And, and I was going to turn around and show her mine. And, my fiance was like, why you always got to be friendly to everybody? He was like, that girl don't care nothing about you. I was like, I bet you if I would have actually said something to her, she would have smiled and would have been like, oh, okay. Because that's just how it is a lot of the times. And he was like really offended. He used to get offended when I used to want to tip everybody. Because I believe in tipping. I believe in tipping people. Like I look for reasons to tip people. You know what I mean? And it was stuff like that. I was like, I just really don't like this nigga no more. He started really getting on my nerve. Why you just friendly to everybody? He used to get so mad. Yeah. He used to get mad about that. He got mad when I would want to leave somebody like a $10 tip. That's too much money. And one day, he took my $10 off the table and put it in his pocket and put $2 up there. And so I literally just started like sneaking and doing it because I'm like, nigga, I'm tipping whether you like it or not. But I don't feel like arguing with you today, so I'm just gonna sneak and do it. And that's just what I did. He was so miserable. I remember one time somebody had this really nice car. They had just got them a car. It was one of those Challengers. No, it was a Charger. And it had to be like a 20 12 or 2013. I think it was a year ahead of, so it might have been a 2013 Charger, and it was super pretty. It was like this sky blue. No, it wasn't a sky blue. It was like the color blue. Level Up Goddess, that sign right here on the screen. It was like that color blue, and it was just all decked out. It was so nice. And somebody had ended up, we used to see it right up and down the neighborhood a lot. And then one day we saw it, and the door was dented in. And this was probably like a month after the person had got the car. And he saw it and was like, "Oh, that's what that nigga get." And I just looked at him like, "Are y'all beefing or something? Do you know this guy?" Royal Blue, thank you. Why couldn't I think of that? I was so disgusted. And it was little stuff like that started making me realize I started to not like him. It took me probably a little, maybe some months before we finally broke up. But I was just like, I cannot be around people like that. I just can't do it. Oh my God. Yeah, so I just refuse. After a while, you just like, I mean, he was happy. You would have thought that was his like number one enemy, and that man had did something to him, like burned his house down or whatever, because he was too happy. Oh, that's what that nigga get. I literally was like, "Y'all, are you beefing with him? Like, did he do something to you?" No, the nigga just be driving down the street flogging and blah blah blah. I'm just like, what does that matter? Why do you care? Like, oh my God, y'all, I'm having flashbacks. I'm so annoyed. Yeah, we do this a lot. We start off on one topic and then we end up on like 20 different topics before I'm off. I'm finna get off here at 6:00 too, y'all. But I'm definitely gonna bring this topic back, for sure, because I want to talk about a little bit of everything over here. Stuff people scared to talk about. Wait, what? Oh my God. Are you sick? Okay, is this the troll y'all were talking about? Let me paint a picture for you, Neva or Niva, however you say your name. Children are just children, okay? They're innocent. They deserve love, support. They don't deserve to be neglected in any way. They don't deserve to be born into poverty like so many people keep doing, and I'm thoroughly against. They deserve the best. They are children, okay? However, children are only children 0.000% of their entire lives. The rest of it, the other 99% of their life, will be spent as an adult. And unfortunately for you and whoever else feels differently, that's what matters. Who you become later on is all that matters in society, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not. Donald Trump was a little innocent little baby at one point, and look at him now. Jeffrey Dahmer, that little boy who raped his own mother. That other little boy that was like 12 or whatever he was, who pew-pewed his mother in the head over a video game a couple years ago. And he was still a kid. That's the crazy part. But everybody's little kids start out as cute little kids, and then they grow into horrible people. And that's what matters. The harm you inflict on others while you're on this planet typically takes place when you're an adult. And it just is what it is. It just is what it is. That's why I don't believe all kids are not a blessing. Because so many kids grew up to be adults and they've done the most horrific, diabolical shit on the planet. All these men who are taking away women's rights, they were all little kids too. Sorry, I ain't trying to sniffle too much. Okay, and white men do the same thing and they have a higher rate of domestic. Maybe they do. That ain't my experience, so I don't give a damn. The only thing I can tell any woman is if a man before a man starts to abuse you, he's gonna start verbally abusing you first. And as soon as a man call you out your name or verbally abuse you, you need to exit stage left. That's the only advice I can give you. Because I know for a fact that hands to the face or punches to the face or whatever is right around the corner, like my mother always told me when I was growing up. And I listened. That same dude I was just telling y'all about who was a hater, when he called me a bitch, I went left out the room. First and foremost, I said, you a bitch and your mama a bitch, even though me and his mama was close. But I was like, you a bitch, your mama a bitch. But you know what I did? I grabbed my phone and I went into the other room where my clothes was, my little dressing room. And you know what I did? I got on Zillow and a whole bunch of other rental places and started looking for me a house. Unbeknownst to him, I sure did. And it took me about 3 or so months or so before I found me a place. Because when he called me a bitch, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But I immediately thought of my mom's voice and I got the fuck out of there. Now, he still became a psycho after we broke up because he was stalking me and all that shit. I had to get restraining orders on him and all of that. But still, I left. I would never be with somebody that's gonna call me on my name. I would never be with somebody that's gonna even think you even flinch. You even blink your eyes as if you want to put your hands on me and we're done. This is why I believe in having my own house. So that when you start tripping, I can take my ass home. This is why I don't want to get married. This is why I never have no kids. I'm not finna be trapped like that. Women do not need men. We never did and we never fucking will. I have no idea. Thank you, Eve. I have no idea why y'all still only male identified women think that way. We don't need you. We don't need no man. Oh, I like this. Good for you. Leave when there's smoke. Don't wait for the fire. Absolutely. I actually really like that saying. Thank you for that. People need to accept that there is a gamble in raising kids. This is why you can't persuade anybody to do it. Yes. I was having this conversation at work with a guy yesterday. And he's this short little man. And he used to be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful for the last 3 years since I've been at this job. He worked for a different company, but different companies, different trucking companies come on our property all the time and like drop stuff off and pick stuff up. So every time he see me, he would just do this whole thing like he's worshiping me. It was a joke. It was a running joke and we would laugh about it. And he would just be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Yesterday was the first time that we actually had a conversation. And we were talking about the kid thing. So he was really in so many ways saying stuff like, yeah, see, these women get these platforms. He was being indirect, but he was talking about me. So he's like, yeah, these women get these platforms and they're broken. And they want other women to be broken too. Talking about women who are choosing to be child free. And I'm like, what's broken about knowing that you don't want the responsibility of motherhood? How is that broken? Exactly. And then I was like, people love being so hypocritical because people will say, well, kids are not for everybody and everybody shouldn't have kids. And then when you come across somebody that says, well, yeah, kids are not for me, now it's a problem. Do you even really truly believe that when you say it, or do y'all just be talking shit? Same thing with marriage. Marriage ain't for everybody. If you know you don't want to commit, or if you know you don't want to do this or do that, you shouldn't get married. Then I come along and say, well, yeah, marriage is not for me. Now it's a problem. Now I'm broken. Now something's wrong with me. Now I got trauma. Like, which is it? Do you really believe everybody should get married or not? That's just the fake hypocrisy I'm talking about. Everybody should not be having kids. Okay. I'm one of those people that don't want to have kids. What's the problem? And child-free women, are smart enough to know that we don't want that responsibility ahead of time before it's too late. If anything, and I'm not saying we deserve to be worshiped or anything, I'm not saying, I'm just making a point. If you're going to say anything towards us, it should be worshiping us and saying, hey, congratulations that you know yourself more so than other people. And I'm not saying we need to be worshiped for real. I'm just making a point, right? Instead of ridiculing us for knowing ourselves, we should get a congratulations or a high five. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not hurting anybody by not having children. But when you have kids that you can't afford, that you're bringing it into a broken home and a broken system, you are hurting someone. You're hurting yourself, but you're also hurting those kids. Do you think kids want to be raised in poverty? Do you think kids want to be like, hey, mom, dad, can you buy me this bike? And the answer is always no, because you broke and you ain't got no money to buy them a bike. Is that fair to children? Because I don't think it is. And I'm just using that as an example. That's fucked up. You can the answer is always no. Like, you can't never buy your kid nothing because you're struggling. And for those of you who are gonna get mad, and when I'm thinking about the wizard Liz, who I don't know that much about her, but y'all, I just found out that girl was 26 or 25. When I tell you, mind blown. And I'm just assuming that the vast majority of her core audience, please tell me they got to be between the ages of 19 and 24. Because that woman does not have enough life experience to be a life coach. And I'm not knocking her. She seems like a lovely lady. And whatever she does for a living, whatever she talk about, because I have to admit, I don't really watch her content. I didn't even know who she was until Queen Sovereign told me who she was last week. Had no clue. I said, who the hell is Wizard Liz? I have no idea who that is. So then I did just a little bit of research, and I'm like, then I just found out yesterday or the day before, she's only in her mid 20s. It's like, she's a baby. Oh my God. I don't think all life coaches are scammers. Here's the thing. A lot of them are. I like the idea of life coaches. I do. I don't consider myself to be a life coach, by the way. I'm just the woman on a mic that just be sharing my opinions and my perspective. I don't consider myself to be a relationship expert or a life coach or not a counselor. I'm none of those things. Okay. But I don't have a problem with life coaches if they make sense and if they're helping people. I don't see the problem. If you have a following and people tune in to what you're saying, I think of life coach, Coach LaShawn. I don't know if y'all know who she is. She's a black lady. She's on TikTok, and I think she's on YouTube. I'm not sure. But I mostly see her on TikTok. I have not seen a bad take from her yet. Not one. Some people are just good at, like, giving people advice. She considers herself to be a life coach. That's what she does, I guess, for a living. And people, they'll say, you're really helping me. Thank you so much. I don't think that's a problem. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. However you help people is how you help people. But I will say, these men that are on social media, stop, Mia. Oh, wait, what? What'd I miss? Okay. I don't know who y'all talking to. Do you go into white spaces and cape for black men like this? I'm sure she doesn't. What's up, Chow Free 334 girl? What's up? What's up? I like Shonda too. Shout out to you, Chow Free 334. Because, girl, you've been here since the beginning. She's been here since the beginning of my YouTube journey. So shout out to you for being in here. Black men don't defend anybody. They don't even defend themselves, really. Do they even defend themselves? Well, they did defend Kevin Samuels. So, but that should tell you everything you need to know too, though. Me and my husband don't struggle, nor do I work 3 jobs or pay any bills. Girl, don't nobody get. Do anybody in here give a fuck what Niva or Neva is saying? Don't nobody care. We don't believe you anyway. Even if you're telling the truth, I still don't even believe you. I don't believe nothing. We don't struggle. Yeah. You with a black man, you struggling. If your black man is not an athlete or a basketball player of some kind or a rapper, or I don't even say rapper because according to Cardi B, Offset ain't got that much money either. So just because you're a rapper don't mean you got no money either. I'm just saying. Yeah, don't nobody care. Glitz said we don't believe. We don't. You are wasting your time. If my husband was a lawyer, I literally don't think I would be arguing and fighting for my life in the comment sections of a YouTube person. Like I would be out at a spa or something. I don't know. Like, and I'm not trying to sound misogynistic, but shouldn't you be like making your husband a sandwich and sucking his dick? I don't know where you are, but it's 6:00 where I am. I don't know if you're like 3 hours before me or ahead of me, but shouldn't you be like getting ready to wind down and making your husband a sandwich? I had to, y'all. Sorry. Because she's starting to get on my nerves. And multiple women care. That's why they keep tagging me. If you were to guess what? Did you know if you were to just leave a space that clearly you don't even like, then nobody would care about you. Like we would literally forget you existed 5 seconds after you leave. You do know that, right? You're here for what exactly? Nobody cares. You've been in here caping for black men. Oh, that so-called black lawyer man you have, he probably has a white girlfriend, number one. At the office, he's probably banging his secretary, his paralegal, or whatever they call him in the law firm. She's white. And I'm sure she switches her flat ass by his desk probably every morning. She probably goes and gets him a coffee. And he takes her down in the back room. That's you. Listen, that's usually where most affairs start. 90-something% of all affairs start in the workplace. In case y'all didn't know that. And if they're working long hours all the time, oh, he's definitely cheating on you. You know what? She might have a booty on her. I don't know. Some of these white girls, they be working out, but I'm gonna assume that if Neva got a booty, his side chick doesn't. Because typically when men cheat, they cheat on you with the exact opposite of what you are for whatever reason. So I'm just putting that out there. So I'm pretty sure he has a side chick. She's most likely white. And he's eventually gonna leave you for her the way John left Bernie. So I guess y'all haven't heard, huh? What? John left Bernie. And for a white girl. Ooh, a white girl. So he's probably gonna leave you for a white girl. Or he might just, I don't know, lose his job and then come home and pew the whole family. That's what they do. I'm just saying. That's usually how it happens. And that's only assuming that you have a black husband that's a lawyer. If he's a lawyer, if he's a black man and he's a lawyer, no doubt in my mind he's cheating on you. I bet you if you were to go through his phone, and here's the thing, go through his phone, go through all the messages to you allegedly, because Y'all, these men are so diabolical. They would literally put your name under the name of someone else so that you won't check your own messages and it'll be his side chick. I apparently men be doing that too. I would check all of that. I would check under the dudes' names, the dudes' messages. What else would I check? I would check the porn history. Hi, rest in faith. I would check their cash app to see if they're sending somebody. I bet you if you were to go through that man's phone and go through any of that stuff, you're going to find out he's cheating on you. Point blank, period. So good luck with that. Come back and let us know what happened. Since you want to be in here defending black men, defend your black husband when you find out he's cheating on you. That's so good to know. I knew she would. Here's the thing. I didn't believe nothing he was saying. I felt like he was making all of that up. But even if it was true, even if she was suicidal and she was mentally unstable, even if any of that was true, that whatever he was claiming, he made her that way. You know what I'm saying? Like you did stuff to her. She was probably going through postpartum depression or whatever. Even if that was true. And then if it was so true, why you only bring it up now when she took you to court to get sole custody of her baby? Because it's her baby. Eve said grinder. Yep, grinder. Oh my goodness. You are a beautiful, amazing, a talented woman. I appreciate your courage and bravery for always speaking your truth. Thank you, rest in faith. Do y'all see that? I'm assuming rest in faith is a black woman. I'm just assuming. You see how easy that was? Can we do more of that to each other, please? That wasn't hard, was it? Thank you so much, rest in faith. I really appreciate that. Eve F, you keep talking about building my man up like you can't read. What part of he's a lawyer and pays all the bills was lost on you? Nivea, I just want to call you Nivea for some reason. Look, in all seriousness, if you're a black woman, I'm gonna be real serious with you right now because you getting on my nerves. You really are. You're literally you're getting on my nerves. However, if he pays all the bills, that's great. The only thing I will tell you is make sure you got your own savings with your name on it. For when, not if, when that man feels like he can do better and walk out on you. If what you're saying is true. That's the best advice I can give you. Make sure you had a backup plan. Make sure you have money in that account that he knows nothing about because he don't need to know about the account and he damn sure don't need to know how much you got in there. Because I'm trying to tell you, women be thinking they are so safe. They're like, "Oh, my husband done." When a woman say the husband pays all the bills, a lot of the times that means that woman does not have her own income. And that is the number one mistake. I'm not saying you because I don't know, but in most cases, that's what it boils down to. Because women think it's cute. They think it's cute to be like, I don't have to work if I don't want to. My husband pays all the bills. You know, all my exes paid all the bills too. But you know what I always did? I always had my ass in school and I always had my own money. So it's nothing wrong with a man paying all the bills. Make sure that you got your own money at the end of the day. Marriage is absolutely a business and people forget that. If you marry for love, you already lost. Because men do not marry for love. I don't care how much they cry at the wedding. I don't care how much they say, I love you, baby. It doesn't matter. They know what to say to keep y'all muling for them. And it works every time. damn it. Nivea says, I have my own income from I just feel like calling you Nivea. Don't take it personal. I have my own income from online sales. I'm good. I don't need a rainy day fund. Wrong. Everybody needs a rainy day fund. Everybody does. I hope you're not saying you don't have savings, because that sounds like, if you say I don't have a rainy day fund, that sounds like you don't have savings. And everybody needs a rainy day fund, even rich people. Y'all say what y'all want about Cardi B, but Cardi B budgets. Cardi B is rich and she still budgets. And typically successful rich people do that because they're smart. Everybody needs that. She's still going, y'all. Okay. I'm married for love and stability. The fact that most the women in here think that's a foreign concept in a black family is crazy, and just shows you pick horribly. Look, okay. Look, I was trying to be nice. You sound like every other wife that caped for her husband for years before filing for divorce. That's what you're starting to sound like to me. Because every woman on the planet is happily married until they get a divorce and come out and tell the truth. Like they all do. Nearly 100% of them. I got tired of faking. I got tired of getting my ass whooped. I got tired of being cheated on. I got tired of being burned. My husband had 2 outside babies on me. My husband had a whole family on the other side. Just stop. And it's not even that I don't believe that it's possible for black women and men to be in a good relationship. That ain't even the case. It's that the women who do the most bragging, not almost 100% of the time, always turn out to, we find out that they're lying. When that man leaves, or when she files for divorce because she gets tired of faking. That's usually what happens. And the very fact that you're in here fighting for your life in the chat just proves my point even more. Because I promise you, I just would not be somewhere arguing with a bunch of strangers trying to prove myself. A bunch of people who don't believe you, by the way. I don't know if you realize that. I don't think anybody, put a 1 in the chat if you don't believe Nivea. If you think she's lying, put a 1 in the chat. If you think she's a bald-headed lie, put a 1 in the chat. Now, Nivea, if I were you, I would see all these 1s and I would just exit stage left. That's just me. I would leave with some dignity. I would not want to be in a room with a bunch of people who don't believe nothing. If I'm in a room and everybody in this room thinks I'm making a complete fool of myself and there is nothing I can say or do to change their minds, I think I'm going to head out of just having self-respect and dignity. I can't. If this don't make her leave, I'm going to assume that Nivea is a man. If she's still in here fighting for her life, I'm like, okay, that's a nigga. Because what? I think that'll make her go away. Oh, I spoke too soon. Oh, shit. Honey, I have dignity. I'm not trying to change your mind, nor am I fighting for my life. Girl, you are drowned. Somebody said you were drowning in here earlier. Who said that? You are in a pool that's like 15 feet deep and you're sinking to the bottom, kicking and screaming. Water in nose, water going in lungs, and you're literally fighting for your life. Put a one in the no. Put a two in the chat if y'all think Nivea is fighting for her life in the comments. Put a two in the chat if Nivea isn't here fighting for her life. Eve said, "Get Nivea her life jacket." Oh my god. Mm. Oh my god, y'all. Big Niv is somebody's daddy board at work. Stop. Please stop. Oh my god. I'm starting to think that too. Cause I think it might be a man and he's very sassy. Honey, I am not fighting for my life. Child Free 334, she said, Nivea is definitely a nigga. That's what I'm starting to think. Cause it ain't no. I want to think more highly of black women. I do. I really do. It's possible that Nivea is a gay black man married to a male. That's possible. There's nothing wrong with that either. I'm not saying that to be degrading. It's possible that this whole time, it's the gag is the plot twist is that Nivea is a man and is married to a man that's a lawyer. That's perfectly fine. Oh my god. Nivea got a prostate exam appointment to go to tomorrow. Ain't not fooling nobody. Look, you giving Nivea way too much credit, Tony Snow, because y'all know most black men do not go to the doctor. Come on. Let's be real. Oh my god, y'all. He's still in here. He, she, it is still in here. You don't think highly of black men. I'm sure it isn't a stretch for you to hate black women with a different opinion. Put a one in the chat if y'all think I hate black women. Nobody? Anyone? Do y'all think I hate black women? Thank you. Thank you, V. Thank you, Level Up Goddess. I like that. 7. Thank you. Cause really? Thank you, Nick's out. They put everything but a 1. Thank y'all. Cause really? Nobody's slamming you for, and anybody else in the chat that's thinking the same thing. I'm just only entertaining this for that purpose. I really am. I'm finna get off of here. I'm not shaming you for having a different opinion. Okay, wait. Did you start off sounding like a pick me? Yeah, okay. I probably was shaming you then. My bad. I shame all pick me's. Pick me's. Y'all know I was watching let me see if I can find that Shira 7 clip. Because I was watching the Shira 7 clip earlier today. And when I tell y'all, oh my God, I was in tears. Let me find it. Oh my goodness. I shared this with hold on. Damn. Hold on one second. Oh dang, I can't. Let me figure out how to do this real quick. Damn, y'all. Okay. I ain't gonna be able to send it to my Mac. Damn it. Oh, wait. Let's see if I can. Hold on one second. Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. All right. I figured out how to do it. Oh wait, hold on. B120. I'm still looking, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay. Y'all listen to
It's okay
this.
to be a pygmisha. Well, you know what? If you in the charity and giving mood and you want to give Dusty some shelter for the winter, for the summer, and do your part for humankind, I guess you should be able to do whatever you want in life. So if your goal is to be a pygmisha, then be a pygmisha. Be the best one you can be too. Because there's Dusties out there that need y'all. Because there's women waking up every day, kicking them out to the curb, and they might need some shelter. They're gonna start making commercials like them pet charities. You gonna see a Dusty out in the rain, shivering in the cold. In the arms of an angel. Pygmisha. For just $5 a day and the use of your car while you're at work, you can save this Dusty. Pick up your phones now or log on to saveadusty.com. In the arms of an angel.
Oh my
Act
god.
quickly. These Dusties are suffering.
Fucking love her. She is so funny. Oh my god. So yeah, if you feel like I was shaming you for having a different opinion, I think I was shaming you because you came across as a pick-misha. I say pick-me's, but Shira Seven says pick-mishas. And I shame pick-me's over here. I do. So I'm sorry, but that's just what happens. You will get shamed over here. I'm so sorry. But I wasn't shaming you for anything else. You just start coming off as holier than thou, or you black women don't know it. Okay. So when you do that, you're gonna get called out. I know. She always have a straight face, don't she? That's what makes it so funny. And she's so quick on her feet, ain't she? Okay. So I'm going to continue to use what you call racist rhetoric over here. So you know what you can do now. You can just exit stage left because you're just going to come. This is the thing. You're going to come here and you're going to make yourself mad every time you come here. You're just going to be frustrated. You're going to be irritated. You're going to be fighting for your life, drowning in the comments. Like that's it. That's all that's going to happen. So I'm just saying I don't dehumanize men. They dehumanize themselves and they dehumanize you. And I'm pretty sure your husband be at work telling his white girlfriend side chick with the flat booty that he can't stand your ass. I'm pretty sure. Y'all should hear the stuff I be hearing these husbands say about their wives. Their wives come around and they act like they so in love. Oh, she's my ride or die. She's this, she's that. And as soon as you walk away, they sitting there clowning the fuck out of y'all. I have to hear this bullshit almost every single day at work. Clowning y'all. The whole ball and chain. My old lady is getting on my nerves. She's busting my balls. She's busting my chops and all that stuff. That's all they do. Happily married men cheat every day. I personally don't think men who cheat are happy. I don't. I think they're miserable within themselves and they're cheating to find some kind of validation outside of themselves and outside of their wives. I don't think they're happy at all. Because really you just end up cheating yourself. When you cheat on a partner, you're actually degrading your own character. And people who degrade their own character, in my opinion, are not happy people, whether you are a man or a woman. So I get what you're saying. If you would have put quotes, if you would have put quotation marks between happily married or happily married, then I would have, you know what I'm saying? I would have been like, okay. In quotes, happily married men. But they're not happy. And If you can be if you can be happily married and still cheat, may that type of happiness never find me, because oh my God. I'm perfectly happy. My wife is wonderful. What they be saying? My wife is a whole filet mignon, but every now and then I want a different type of steak. Every now and then I want hot dogs. Literally and figuratively. Every now and then I want a cheeseburger. Like, what? And they literally say that stuff. Thank you, Van. Black women being raised loyal in dating and marriages was holding them back. Black women, please allow yourselves to be loved by other races. Absolutely. A pork chop. Yes. Every now and then I want a pork chop. Even though I got a whole filet mignon at home. Married men who approach me to cheat claim to be happily married. The reason why they do that is because they want to let you know that I just want to fuck on you. I'm not leaving my wife. It doesn't mean that they're actually happy. They're just letting you know I'm not leaving my wife for you. You're just a jump off. You're just something I want to ejaculate inside of and make me feel better. That's it. Just so you know. That's why they do that. I have a PhD in married men, in case y'all didn't know that. So you can tell me anything a married man say, I'm going to tell you what it means. I'm happily married. I just want some hot dogs on the side. That's it. I got a filet mignon at home. You're a cheeseburger. And every now and then I want to bite into that cheeseburger. But I'm going back to my filet mignon. So don't expect nothing. Don't expect me to buy you anything. Don't expect for me to leave my wife. They might buy you stuff. You know, it depends on the guy. But just whatever I do for you, just don't expect me to leave my wife, because I'm not leaving. And then if they tell you they're leaving, they're still not. Because that's the number one lie married men tell side chicks and women who they trying to recruit to be side chicks. Yeah, you know, things ain't working out. We don't sleep in the same bedroom. And they, you know, we've been going through a thing, or my wife and I have an understanding. We done heard it all. And the reason why they're not leaving their wives is not because they love their wife. If they love their wife, they wouldn't be cheating on her and putting her health at risk. It's not that. They just get bored. Sorry, y'all. They just get bored, and they want something new. And I'm not trying to be funny, but you got to think about it. You've been fucking the same woman for decades or however long. You're gonna want something new after some point in time, and it just is what it is. And I think that's true for men and women. At some point in time, you just want something new, and that's all it be about. That's why when guys was like, they'll say it didn't mean anything. It was just sex. That is true in most cases. It didn't mean nothing. Just like it don't mean nothing when they fucking you. They'll fuck you and go fuck their side chick an hour later. Or they'll fuck their side chick and then come fuck you an hour later. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a physical release for most of them. That's it. So that might be, they actually might be telling the truth. But then they'll turn around and tell you, I need us to have sex so that I can feel connected. That's the only way men can feel connected. But then when they sleeping with somebody else, it didn't mean nothing. So which one is it? See how they just be lying? They aren't necessarily happily married. They are happy with their setup and they don't want it to change. Exactly. And I'm sorry to say this again. I've been saying this since the inception of my channel. Married men rarely leave their dummies. They don't usually leave. And it's not because they love her and they cherish her so much. They're not ready to part from all the ways that they're using her. Whatever that woman is doing for them, they're not ready to give that up. They will give it up if they feel like they found a replacement, though. If they feel like they found a better replacement, a younger woman, or a woman with a better body, or a woman with more money, or a woman that could do more for them in their career, or whatever. If they feel like they hit the jackpot, they will leave you. But they will still leave the door open and confuse the fuck out of you just in case they need to come back. That's what they do. Everything men do is a mind fuck. That's just what they do. It's all a game. My older sister had an affair with a married man for 23. What? For, for 23 years and had 3 kids. His wife stayed too. Talk about 2 women with low self-esteem. They're both, girl. That's so sad. Married men only leave when they can upgrade. Yep. That's exactly it. If they ain't found a replacement, they ain't going nowhere. They're gonna come home and beg you and talk about how much they love you and cheating on you was a mistake, and they ain't gonna never do it again because they have not found your replacement. And maybe they're not even trying to find a replacement. They might just be looking for a supplement, and that's it. And they're fine with that. So either way it go, the man don't love you or the side chick at the end of the day. He might like the side chick better than you, because in most cases that is the case. They do like the side chick better than they like the wife, but he don't love neither one of y'all. Because I'm sorry, you can't love a woman and continuously hurt her. I'm sorry, I just don't believe that. And if you were like, well, that's just male nature, then that just means that you don't have a lot of respect for yourself. You're gonna stick around and, oh, well, that's just what men do. Okay, well, go ahead, stick around, keep getting played, keep crying at night, because that's all it's gonna be. Dudes be saying women don't cook for the man and wonder why they get cheated on. That makes no sense. Why you eating the woman's cat? What? Listen, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach is one of the biggest lies and scams ever told to women. Like the biggest scam. If that were true, all these women who know how to cook and who can throw down in the kitchen would not have gotten cheated on. The way to his heart is through his stomach. Really? Then how come that nigga can't stop cheating on you? Men just be needing food. A lot of boys are not taught to learn how to cook. They grow up thinking you're going to get a girlfriend or a wife that's going to do that for you. So they don't. A lot of them do not invest in learning how to cook. There are plenty. One of my brothers know how to cook his ass off. So there are plenty of black men or men who know how to cook. But the vast majority of them, they never had to learn because they believe I was going to get a wife for that. So they will. I got a friend who he's in the business of collecting plates. And that sounds exactly how it sounds. He just go to each one of his girlfriend's house, or this girl, this baby mama, his mama, his grandma. He just collect plates. That's what they do. They just care about food. So they would tell women whatever they want to hear or anything that's going to benefit them to always have food. That's literally it. It's just like stray dogs and stray cats going through the garbage cans of everybody in their neighborhood, just going from garbage can to garbage can looking for food. It's no different with these men. So they're going to say stuff like, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So y'all can keep cooking for him. Because a lot of them can't cook for themselves. I mean, I'm sorry, but if that were true, I just don't think most men are not. They just wouldn't be out here making a fool out of their wives. They just wouldn't. I just don't believe that. Why y'all keep wanting to make a fool out of y'all wives? Wives, not wives. It's not male nature to cheat. It's socialization and patriarchy. I think it's both. I honestly do. I really do. I think it's biological because their only purpose here is to like ejaculate in something. They don't really have much of a purpose outside of that. The purpose that they're given is socialization and patriarchy. But their nature, I really believe it's just they want to go around spreading their seed or whatever they always say. That's it. Like, that's what they do. They're so horrible at being loyal. It's like, but you're right. I mean, it could be. I just think it's partially both, though. I need to make some people some mods Child free, do you want to be a mod? I don't even know how to do that yet. Hold on. I don't know how to do it yet. Damn. I got to figure out how to do that. I thought I could click on this little 3 dots and it'll let me. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm getting sick of Nivea. She or he has overstayed their welcome. Trad wives can tell you that cooking for a man doesn't matter. When they don't want you anymore, you're gone. Oh yeah. Trad wives get it the worst. That's why I always tell women you better have your own money. Because that one lady that was on social media on TikTok, I forgot her name. I always forget her damn name. The way she put it, and I always repeat this to people. She said, my ability to feed myself and my children relies solely upon my husband still finding me attractive. Now, I want y'all to just think about that for a second. As a trad wife, she was a Mormon and all that stuff. My ability to feed my kids is based on if my husband is still attracted to me. When they think they got something better, when they think they got something younger, something with a better body, something with a prettier face, somebody who submits or whatever it is they're looking for individually, you're gone. It's over for you. And these men literally treat you so bad. They will treat you as if y'all never had a life together. They will turn on you so quick. And you know what I've heard every divorced woman say? Every woman who has ever been divorced, they all have said the same thing. You never divorced the same person you married, which means they were one way when y'all got married. And by the time y'all hit divorce, it's an entirely different person. And what it is that it's really not the different person. His mask just finally came off. He's comfortable showing you who he really is at the core. That's it. He doesn't like you anymore. There's nothing that he can gain from you anymore. You're used up to him. You're conquered, whatever it is he believes about you. And it's just over. And he just moves on. That's why a lot of women be so befuddled. They're like, I just don't understand how he could treat me this way. We have 2, 3 kids together. We have a life together. We were married for X amount of years. He never liked you. And if he did, and he just woke up one day and decided not to, I don't know which one is worse. I always tell women, your marriage is only as secure as your husband's next decision. It's only as secure as your husband's next choice. Whatever he decides to do is going to determine the future or non-future of your marriage. Y'all leave it in his hands. Y'all change y'all last name. Y'all give up y'all careers and jobs as women. The men give up pretty much nothing. They don't give up anything. And then when they get bored, your ass is grass. And that's the number one reason why I say to women, have your own just in case. Because the just in case is usually pretty accurate. Like the just in case is most likely to happen than not. The just in case where he just doesn't want to be with you anymore. And that's not to be mean. It's not to be bitter because y'all love using that word. It's not to be negative Nancy. It's just because I've seen too many women fall into that trap. It usually never works out for women in the long run. It always works out for men. They just ditch you like you were nothing in the first place. And that's what I keep saying. That Nivea chick, I guarantee you her husband got a side chick. If she's married, and that man is a lawyer and all that stuff, I bet you he got a side chick. And she gonna be somewhere crying. And I'm only saying that so that you can prepare yourself. So that if something happens, you will be okay. And I'm really being serious right now. I watch too many women go down this rabbit hole. They're like, oh, I don't have to worry about my man. My man would never. Meanwhile, they be out here nevering like never before. The amount of men at my job that be cheating on their wives or that want to cheat, that be trying to cheat, diabolical. And I've said this before. I could pretty much have just about any man up there if I wanted them. And most of them are married. More than half of them have already shot their shot at me. And that's exactly why I don't trust their asses. Oh yeah, most men don't give a fuck about their kids. Their love for their kids extends only so far based on how they feel about the mother. When they start not liking the mother, they don't like their kids either. And when you get like a DVD situation where he's like, I want to see my son, they only do that because they're still interested in having access to the mother. Once they come to the realization that she really ain't fucking with me no more, I really don't have a shot with her no more, they don't give a fuck about their kids. They literally just move on to the next chick. And that's why it's so easy for men to just go get a whole nother wife and have a whole nother family. Because they really never cared. It's really all about, can I have access to this woman when I want her? It's not because they love you. It's because they need something to come in. That's literally it. Everything that men do goes back to, I just need an ejaculation blow up doll. That's it. That's literally it. They use kids as pawns. Absolutely. That's all it is. The ways in which y'all see how men can just walk out on women and lead them to be a single mother should tell you everything you need to know. Like, y'all really be delusional or suffer from cognitive dissonance for real, for real. Like, it's so obvious. If these men really cared about their kids, they would try their best to work it out with the mother. They wouldn't be cheating on her to make her want to leave or none. They just wouldn't be doing. They would not want to be separated from their kids. They won't do stuff that's going to separate them from their kids. If they really gave a fuck about you, they will show it. You wouldn't have to beg them to do anything because they would just do it because they give a fuck. It's really not that hard. The reason why men can't really care about children is that they have never gone through the pain and the stress of bearing children. I really do believe that. Like, you have really no true bond. And even if you do have a bond, that's fine. It's never going to be as strong as the bond of the mother. Never. Not even close. All you did was ejaculate into a woman. That's all you had to do. And that woman suffers from pregnancy symptoms, complications, postpartum depression, body changes. The men don't suffer none of that. And that's another reason why I would never give a man a baby. So many women don't even make it off the birthing table. That in and of itself. Oh my God. You ever gonna start taking phone calls in the future or just not with the back and forth debate stuff? I probably will. I've done it before. A while back. It wasn't a phone call. It was more so like coming up on the stage or whatever. I've done that before. I think I've only done it once or twice on here, but on TikTok I've done it a bunch of times. But yeah, once I figure out how to do it again, because I can't remember what I did last time. But once I figure out how to do it, I will. Absolutely. If men really cared about their children, the only women who would be single mothers would be the ones whose man died. Those men would co-parent with the mom to raise it. Absolutely, they would. It's so obvious. Yes. Like, they show y'all every day how they feel about you and them kids. I'm telling y'all, there was always something so sinister to me about giving a man a baby. Like, in my heart of hearts, I always they just never sat right with me. Even when I was younger, even when I was a teenager, I was just like, have a baby for him, man. These men be out here just going to play sports or going on guy trips and whatever, and they just live their lives, and you gonna be the one stuck at home. Fuck that. There was just something about that. Like you are never gonna have a hold on me, and I'm never finna let a man feel like he's conquered me. Because in case y'all didn't know that, men feel like they've conquered you. Once you've had a baby with them, they feel like they've conquered you. Even if they haven't, even if you move on with your life and thrive after being with them, the whole thing is they feel like they've conquered you. And when men feel like they conquer something, they lose interest. You become boring and they go out looking for the next victim. When men go deer hunting and they get that buck or a doe or whatever they get, they typically want a buck. They want the ones they want a male with the horns or whatever. And they hang it on their wall and they're so proud of it. Like, look what I did. Look what I was able to get. Do you think they stop deer hunting after that? They never do. Wouldn't it be nice if once men found exactly what they wanted, they just said, fuck it, I'm good. I ain't got to go out there searching no more. Nope. They've conquered you. So now I need to go out and conquer somebody else. And so they go deer hunting every season, hoping to find another buck to hang on their wall. It's the exact same concept with women. Because most men don't even see women's humanity. They see you as a wife slave, a baby maker, and somebody who's going to submit to them. You're not even human to most men. None of us are. Most of us are just not even human. Oh, my ex started cheating right after I had our daughter. Yeah. They typically start cheating on you. In most cases, they're cheating on you while you're pregnant. You might find out about it after the fact. That's usually how that works. The moment you've gotten pregnant, they're like, next, I got her to do this. So now I'm bored. Now I want to go find somebody else. They usually be cheating while you're pregnant. Because mission accomplished. And that's just how fucked up they are. That's how their minds work. Also, these women are always complaining, talking about he begged me for a baby girl. If somebody begged me to go to Mars, would I go? No, stop this begging nonsense. I agree. I watched a lot of men beg women for babies growing up, and they all made those women single mothers. I knew then. I was like, nope, not me. I'm talking about begged. Please, I want to have a son. I want to have somebody I can go play football with and baseball with and whatever else. And you're like, you give in, like, okay, I guess. All right, go ahead. Shoot my club up. We're going to have a baby. And then you come home and you take that pregnancy test. Baby, guess what? We're pregnant. And then they sometimes look like, bitch, really? And then other times they act all surprised. And then next thing you know, they start whooping your ass. Because they think they got you. Men like a chase. And then once they feel like they got you, there's nothing to chase anymore except another woman. You've already been captured. That was I'll never forget a lady who went by Guat Girl on here when I first got my YouTube channel. And she said that these men's wives are taxidermed or taxidermied or whatever. That is still funny to me. It is not funny like that. The situation is not funny, but the way she said it was funny. She was like, these men have taxidermed you. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically when you see a deer head on a man's wall. Like they took something real and stuffed it and did all this stuff to preserve it in its natural, to preserve it to look like its natural state. And that's how a lot of men look at their wives. There's like, you are at home, you're like this taxiderm doll that's always going to be there while he go out and hunt for new game. It's not funny. I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at the way the taxiderm comment always makes me laugh when I think about it. um if y'all really, I'm telling y'all, if y'all really truly understood male nature, y'all would not want to have babies with them for sure. That'll be the last thing you want to do. Like, you would want to have a baby for yourself. Like Ebony K. Williams went to that sperm bank or did IVF or whatever she did and cut out the middleman, like I always say. She did it the smart way. Because at the end of the day, you most likely going to be a single mother anyway. You're going to be a single mother or a widow or something sooner or later anyway. So, and that's just, and it's not to be negative. It's just look around. Most women are single mothers, like that, or they're married single mothers, like I always say. You're not pissing me off. I said you were getting on my nerves. Those are two different things. This my boo calling. I'm finna get off of here, y'all. Anyway, I'm supposed to get out here like an hour ago. I always do this. Yeah, you're not pissing me off. You're annoying me. That's not the same thing. But I've been sitting here laughing the whole time. I'm literally not pissed off. Okay. Shoot my club up. It's okay. For real though. When women give in, that's basically what they're saying without saying it. Men collect women like Pokemon cards. Wake up. They really do. Somebody at work asked me, was I in love? I was like, I don't fall in love. He was like, I knew it. I can sense that about you. I laughed so hard. This was today. This was like right before I got off work. Somebody said you was in love. I was like, no. The only person I'm in love with is me, myself, and I. I got love for my boyfriend. He's great. We have a great relationship. But if he ever started tripping, guess where I can go? Home. E.T. phone home. I can always go. I can always come home. That is the most important thing in life, is that I can come home. That's why I'm never giving up my house. Even if, like, if we ever hypothetically moved in together, I'm keeping my house. Like, I'm going home. Okay, y'all, I'm finna get off of here. It's been fun. What's today? Thursday? I may come back tomorrow. Usually I go to my man's house on the weekend. But we gotta work Saturday, so I won't be leaving tomorrow. So I don't know. I might get back. Oh shit. I might get back on here tomorrow. I don't know. Don't hold me on that. But I am about to go. It's been fun. We are definitely going to revisit these topics again in the future. Okay, Nivy, do you want me to apologize? Okay, we're sorry. I can't speak for everybody else in the comments. Do you feel better now? Like, what do you want me to say? That's how you know Nivea is a man. I agree. I'm starting to think that too. Nobody said all Black people are struggling. I'm Black. I'm not struggling. Nobody said that. I'm not struggling with anything. I'm not even trying to be like, and I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to sound like that. But I'm literally struggling with nothing. My life is peaceful as shit. We're avoiding Black men, absolutely, like the plague. Even my family members barely can get in contact with me these days. I don't be wanting to be bothered with nobody. I don't care who it is. Like, I just don't even want to be bothered. Eve said, "Put a 1 in the chat if you think Nivea is a man." She said, "I don't want you to apologize." Wait, where'd it go? I forgot where it's whatever. She said, "I don't want you to apologize. It's hollow." That's fine. I usually don't apologize anyway because I usually mean what I say. I'm not taking back anything that I said. But if you just wanted me to, I mean, I don't know what you want from me at this point. I'm actually surprised that you're still here. Like, that's so crazy. Y'all know how people be like, "That's crazy." You'll get like 20 that's crazies for me. I'm literally tripping that she's even still here. But I mean, if you're supporting my chat, fine. Whatever. But the fact that she's still here, child free, I think it's a man. I do. The only way she's gonna convince me she's a woman is she cammed up, but I can't. I'm finna get off of here. So I don't even know if she can cam up or not. I don't know how they do that on here, but yeah, I'm convinced. Cause the men, that's a pattern that men do. Like they'll talk shit, but they'll stick around. They're like gnats. They just keep flying around your head. They just never go anywhere. No matter what. You can be insulting them. You can tell them that I don't care if a police officer put another knee on your neck. I have said some of the most egregious things to them, and they still stay in my comment sections, especially on TikTok. They refuse to go. And so that's what's making me think Nivea is a man. Because what the fuck? Or a woman with incredibly low self-esteem. It's one of those two. It's nothing else. It's one of those two. It's Nivea is a man or she's a woman with very, very, very low self-worth. Which is kind of adjacent. It's kind of the same thing. Sorry. I believe so. I feel like I did that before. I'm trying to think back. I had a guy come up and it was yeah, you can. I just got to remember how to do it because there was a black dude that came up and he was just like one of those old school OG dudes that just wouldn't go away either. He was mad because I was child free. I just got to remember how to do it. I think I got to put a link and I got to do something. I'm going to work on it and I'm going to try to do it next time I go live. But thank you guys. Thank y'all for the likes. Thanks for engaging with me. Good to see what's her name? The one whose video I posted. If she's still in here, I don't think she is, but I'm glad she stopped through. Good to see you, child free. I'm glad all of y'all were able to catch a live. Girl, you cracking me up. A mammy or a pygmy is crazy. Wait, maybe she's a conservative. She did say she was recording the chat to show other platforms. Oh, good. Go ahead and give me some more visibility. That's fine with me. I don't know if she thinks that that's gonna matter. Like, who cares? But yeah, you just all you gonna do is just bring me more subscribers. Thank you, Century. She said, "Ignore Nivea. They're irrelevant." Thank you. That reminded me of this woman who was talking about she was gonna post a picture of me that I think I had on like some panties or something. Anyway, she said she was gonna post it on social media. I said, "Girl, do you know how popping my social media gonna be if you do that?" You ain't heard me. What the hell was that? Nivea lotion, get out of here. Stop. No, that's Nivea. That's the singer Nivea. Don't mess with her man. That's who that is. She been in here saying, "Don't mess with my man," the whole chat. Don't mess with my man. Y'all remember that song? Anyway, her lawyer husband is coming. The husband that most likely doesn't exist. Yeah. I'm shaking in my boots, Eve. I won't hold my breath. Okay, y'all, I'm out. I gotta go. I was gonna do some yard work, but I don't feel like it now. You're too sweet. Have a great evening. Oh, I'm a sweetheart. Thank you. How are they out there popping fireworks already? They get on my fucking nerve. Okay. I'm for real. I'm for real now, y'all. I'm out. I'll see y'all either tomorrow or next week. Y'all have a good night and thanks for being here. Bye.